Game studios, most of the studios, Activision, EA Sports, all those key houses are very interested to release 3D versions of PlayStation games, which is quite exciting. And we can show you later, there we go, there's Killzone, this little demo on the screen there, which later you can watch in 3D to experience gaming. Then of course we have players, which could be PlayStation, could be Blu-ray player, and then finally display. And then of course PlayStation 3 will be upgraded sometime this year in the summer, and all PlayStations will be capable for 3D, the original ones and the slim versions as well. And then in terms of gaming, there'll be quite a few games currently in process, but there's no information exactly which titles. However, we can show you some examples of what could be possible as part of the demonstration. Yes, you have a question.
You talked about HDMI 1.4 for 3D. Yeah. Will all the PlayStations be 1.4?
No. The reason is that the slim one is, the original one is 1.2, the slim one is 1.3. For 3D, we just need to turn on the 3D control signal, which from the PlayStation to the TV tells it which eye is turned on and which eye is turned off. And that can be done in software. So although this is one part of 1.4 specification, only that one function will be enabled. Everything else like internet return, audio return channel, internet, 4K support, wide colour, mini connector, which are 1.4 features, won't be enabled, which means we cannot call PlayStation 3 1.4, even though the 3D part of 1.4 will be turned on. Does that make sense? Good. Quite a popular question now.
But is it full resolution also with the old fat?
My understanding is it should be. It should be
full.
Even 1080p or 720p depending on the content.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Blu-ray shown in 24p will that be Judder free?
Well, 24p content will have Judder anyway, because there's no motion compensation, and that's why we support 24p from your Blu-ray disc. In the case of 3D content, it'll be the same. It'll still be a 3D image, but you'll still have some Judder, because that's, in case of movie content, and how the director intended it. So yes, we have motion flow on our TVs, and we can make 24p 192 frames if we want to, adding 8 frames every second, every frame rather.
As we all know, Blu-ray is a quite important carrier for all these new video content in total. Interesting here is that in December, actually, last year, the BDA finalized the overall standard, which means we are, since December, quite sure that the hardware standard is kept unchanged. Means even here the software itself is able to carry all the 3D content which comes available in terms of movie quite soon to the market. Excuse me. With regard to the profile and codec support, let's also have a look onto the overall normal BD profile, which is different in terms of 3D. Here we are using a new codec, which is called NVC. It's just a different type of video codec, which goes actually, again, hand in hand with the overall hardware specification.
So why 1.4? This is the higher frame rates, but also the data from the disc is being read from the disc twice as fast as the original 2D player. In this case, 148 megahertz. So this is why we need 1.4 to support much better and higher frame rate, higher data rates. And what about if you have a 3D disc and you've already got a Blu-ray player? So what is the situation? In the case of a 3D player, of course it will play back left eye, right eye, left eye, right eye. In the case of a 2D player, then the player is just extracting the left eye information from the disc, and that in turn will give you a 2D image. And here is an example that you have your 3D Blu-ray, you have your Blu-ray player, and then you're just extracting, you're looking at the left eye, the left eye, the left eye, and of course that together gives you the 2D image. And then if you upgrade your player to a 3D player, then of course you'll see the whole thing like this. If you play back a 3D disc on your PS3 before you've upgraded it, then you'll just have left, left, left and left. Once you've upgraded it by firmware, then you'll be able to see true 3D contents coming off the disc. Another important point is 1.4 pass-through, because imagine you've got a 3D player and you want to enjoy the sound that Guido was talking about through all your AV systems and then connect it in series to your TV. The problem is that you need to be able to pass through the video content in 3D and also the control signals from the players to the TV. So this is why the new audio lineup has so-called 3D pass-through. Certainly for gaming, it's much more intense experience, because obviously it's fast-moving. Your focus is changing from the near view to like the distance and back again. And imagine that combined with a full-on 5.1 or 7.1 surround sound system. It's really going to be quite amazing picture quality. I should say here we've got a prototype PS3 behind here, like a debug version, which has got the 3D software built in, and this is connected directly HDMI with a 1.3 cable to the TV screen. So sorry, it's a normal PlayStation 3, basically a slim one, but it's got specially modified for 3D contents and output as well.